The founder of Wikileaks, Julian Assange, was granted bail today pending an extradition hearing in the new year in pursuit of allegations of sexual misconduct in Sweden. After more than a week in solitary confinement in Wandsworth prison, he says he's committed to revealing yet more secret material, despite what he calls an attempt to decapitate his organisation. Well, Mr. Assange left the High Court in a white armoured Land Rover. He said he was pleased to be out of prison and that he was grateful for the support that he has received. Well, Julian Assange joins us now live and exclusively from inside the estate in Norfolk belonging to the journalist and former army officer Vaughan Smith, where Julian Assange is under curfew. Thank you for joining us tonight. Now you are safely inside your place of refuge for the next few days. What I heard in court from the Crown was the concern that some of the people posting bail for you would be happier to see you abscond than to stay and face the allegations on the basis that Wikileaks was more important than anything. What do you say to that?
Well, we heard a lot of incredible claims in court by the CPS prosecution service on behalf of the Swedish prosecutor, but what we did not hear was any evidence whatsoever. In fact, we heard an argument that has been repeated now over this court hearing and the prior two in the UK, that no evidence whatsoever needed to be produced. And in fact, none has been produced to us. I am not aware of the inner detail of these allegations. Nothing has been provided to me at all in English. The court actions that took place, preliminary court actions that took place in Sweden were done in secret. There was an application in Sweden to, in fact, have me held incommunicado. There is a statement by the Swedish prosecutor that my lawyer, Hurtig, in Stockholm, is to be gagged about the nature of these allegations. And my lawyers informed me this afternoon that there will be another smear attempt related to this investigation sometime tomorrow.
So you believe that what's going on in Sweden just now is a smear attempt?
Yes, and that's a statement that has been made clear from the beginning. Now, that doesn't mean that we know precisely who is behind it. My feeling at the moment is, in fact, that there's a number of different interests, personal, domestic, and international, that are all sort of feeding from this process and encouraging it and pushing it along. But it is revealing some important things. It's revealing some disturbing aspects of Europe. For example, that any person in any European country can be extradited to any other European country without the provision of any evidence whatsoever.
Now,
European arrest warrants simply require a prosecutor of some kind, or a police officer, to simply fill out a form. And the arguments made over 3 successive hearings here in the UK is that no evidence whatsoever needs to be provided.
Before we come on to more about Wikileaks, can I just pursue this issue? Because the allegations of sexual misconduct presumably are of quite a serious nature, and I wonder if there was inappropriate behaviour, if you just like simply to apologise to the women.
Well, let's be clear about what the allegations were and indeed are. They are allegations of rape. They were an allegation of double rape. My name, if you search on the internet, there's some 5 million web pages at least before I was in solitary confinement mentioning my name. 4 million of those also mention the word rape. There are 33 million web pages altogether on the internet that mention the word rape in any context. So I am mentioned in over 1/10 of all the contexts of all the rapes that have ever happened that have been documented on the internet. So this has been a very successful smear campaign and a very wrong one.
But can I put it to you then, if it is a wrong one and you deny any allegations, would not it be simply better for you to return to Sweden to clear your name?
I stayed in Sweden for some 5 weeks after these allegations were initially made. Let's not forget that within 24 hours of these allegations being made about rape, the most senior prosecutor in Stockholm, Eva Feni, reviewed them and said that there was not even a suspicion that that was true. Not that she disbelieved the statements, but none of these statements amounted to an allegation of rape. Then a senior politician for the biggest political party in Sweden, Claes Borgström, took up the matter with another prosecutor in Gothenburg and tried to reactivate the investigation which has been done. I have still not been charged. I have not been charged with any offence. This is an extradition warrant to have me questioned.
But if I could just say, we understand that
for some 5 weeks after those initial allegations to clear up the matter, I asked permission to leave Sweden from the Swedish Government Prosecution Service. There was no objection.
Right. I want to come on and talk.
Came to the UK.
I want to come on to it, but just one final point on this. Isn't there a danger that sort of irresponsible sexual misconduct on your part, or irresponsible sexual conduct, I should say, is in danger of damaging Wikileaks? Is that not the problem in a sense?
Well, we have become a robust organisation through constant attack. Although I have been in solitary confinement for some 10 days, our publishing activities have proceeded in an unimpeded manner. There is certainly the case for found of any organisation that attacks against their person.
But, yes, but I'm saying that isn't there not a danger? Is there not a danger that your sexual... Sorry, can I just...
the organisation.
Right. I just need to pursue this point very briefly. Is there not a danger that your sexual conduct has, in a sense, harmed Wikileaks?
It's the case with anyone that's a head of an organisation that is exposing major powers and has major opposition, that they will be attacked. Every aspect of their life will be scrutinised, and this organisation is no exception. That is not something that that we can possibly shirk against. This is not the first type of attack that we've had. That is not to say that this originated. We don't have proof of that this originated as an attempt to attack the organisation, but certainly once it was underway, it has been used very aggressively to attack the organisation. One only needs to look at the sneering smile of Defence Secretary Gates upon hearing upon my arrest, looking like that he had swallowed the canary successfully on TV, and making comments like that to understand
Julian Assange,
the value to opponents of this organisation.
Julian Assange, you yourself said, what was said, you yourself said that you've been accused of double rape, which is very serious, and one would want to clear one's name in that regard. The judge made it clear today that there were different levels of rape. Rape in Sweden is a different matter than it is here. But given the level of the allegations, wouldn't you want to clear your name? If you are so sure that the courts would be fair, shouldn't you want to clear your name as quickly as possible?
Well, we have seen anything but a fair investigation on this matter in Sweden. In fact, we don't even know precisely what the allegation is. There is an outstanding legal request to discover what the allegation is. The Swedish Prosecution Service is out of time on that request. There is an investigation into the handling of this matter in Sweden. The deliberate leaks of this investigation to the press, the deliberate leaking of my name to a right-wing tabloid, Expressen.
So are you suggesting it's the Swedish authorities? Are you suggesting it's the Swedish authorities?
And I am informed that there will be within the next 24 hours or so another leak of information deliberately from either the Swedish Prosecution Service
let's move on then.
Some organisations that have managed to obtain selective material. Nothing that we have.
Right, so that's in 24 hours. Can I just check, though, you're tagged just now, aren't you?
I have not been tagged yet, but apparently that will occur sometime tonight. It's a very Orwellian situation where I am placed under high-tech house arrest. Obviously, as an investigative journalist dealing with highly confidential sources, that is a gross impediment to my work, but nonetheless, as an organisation, we can work around it, as we have shown in the last 10 days. But it will be a gross impediment to my work, and of course, as someone who has always proclaimed their innocence, it is something that I find disturbing, a disturbing situation for me to be in.
Right. The judge said in court today, of course, that anyone who truly wants to abscond can, well, you know, would make every effort to. Do we have your word of honour that you will not try and abscond before the next hearing?
I stayed in Sweden after these allegations were raised for some 5 weeks, obtained permission from the Swedish government to leave Sweden. They said that they did not need me there. I've been to the Germany, to the UN, back and forth to the UK. We registered my lawyer's details with the extradition squad here in the UK in case there ever was an extradition warrant to have me go back to Sweden. And in fact, that is how I came into police custody. The extradition squad called up, we made an appointment, and we walked in. So we have done everything by the book. We have tried as hard as possible to set up a situation where we can clear my name of these allegations. But what we have not seen is the provision of any evidence or material to allow us to do that. In fact, we have seen gag orders on my lawyers in Sweden. We have seen secret
Well,
court
can I have
hearings
one final
in
question?
Sweden.
One
We
final
have seen a
question, Julian
refusal,
Assange.
to provide the British courts, a refusal to provide the British courts with any evidence and an argument that they do not need to do so.
One final question. I take it from that long answer that you won't try and abscond, but I want to ask you, you said that the tag was an impediment to your work. What about your work? How quickly will we see more WikiLeaks information from these cables coming out?
I beg your pardon. Please
how
repeat.
quickly? You say the tag will be an impediment to your work, but how quickly are we going to see? Are we going to see more leaks from the cable documents before Christmas?
Obviously, now that I am back to assist directing of our ship, our work will proceed in a faster manner. But as we have seen with my absence, the things are well set up here to proceed, even without my direct involvement. This more concerns new aspects of our work and the general thrust, which I am removed from. And of course, there are many individuals around the world who have a trust in me personally, and for whom it is necessary for me to be around to have a confidence that this organisation is still on the right path.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us tonight, Julian Assange.